everyone, it's Leanne, and how you going? I pulled out a bit of paint today, and we're going to do our little box, our little pencil box, like that. I'm going to spray that with some sealer, and I will put that back on, but just with a bit of sealer. You don't need to paint that. We're going to gesso the box, of course. And I'm going to start now. Just get an old paintbrush. This is an old art paintbrush, cheap. And I'm just going to give it a coat of gesso inside and out, of course. The whole lot. Paint the whole lot. This is a good brush because, well, it's a cheap brush, but it's a good brush because it's long, so you can get into those areas that you need to get into quite easily because the paintbrush has got a long handle, or the brush is long, so it helps you to just get in where you need to get in. So paint everything, give it a good coat. You only need one coat. Now you can use a sanding block or a bit of sandpaper or a nail file, whatever you got, to get those little rough edges off. I tend to do that. I forgot this time, sorry. So, you know, it's got a little bit of splinters here and there. You don't want to get a splinter in your finger, do you? So just get in there, sandpaper those things a bit smoother. I didn't do it, I'm sorry, but that's what I would have done. And that's what you do. Right, that doesn't look too bad on the inside. So what I will do, did I show you? Sorry. There we go. It's all painted. But what I will do is I will come straight back because I do want to dry it properly. Okay, dried the whole box internally. Now I'm going to do the outside. And it doesn't take long to just put a coat on this. It's a small wooden project, and sometimes they do take longer because they're fiddly, aren't they? You know, the smaller doesn't necessarily mean it takes quicker time, because you have to get into those little bits and pieces that are small. I'm not going to spend an inordinate amount of time painting this perfect. It's just going to have a coat on it, and that's it. Okay, the end. Like that. Drop it down, do the bottom. Yes, you do the entire lot, even the bottom. You don't want to turn it over and think, oh, that's not finished. I think that's lazy. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I mean, you do whatever you want. It's your project. Okay, there we go. That is one coat, definitely, of gesso. Now I am going to dry that, and I will be shortly back. Okay, I'm back. It's all gessoed, as you can see. Beautiful. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try something different. I'll just get a wet wipe. I'm going to do a process that I was doing on a free course that I was doing a process. What is her name? She's one of my favorite, Giselle Grenier from artplace.com. she had a process, a small free course that she was doing, and she was doing some backgrounds. Now, I thought that that process was a beautiful process where, you paint in one direction, paint in the other direction, and you just, you know, I thought I'd try that on this. Now, I'm not used to painting things like this, so I'm going to put different colours down. One is that colour. And then I thought I might try a bit of orange as well, just a tiny bit. I thought I'd do a blue as well. Don't mind the blue. This looks like a red, or crimson, I should say. And that one's more of a rose. Right. Now I've got some green. I just pulled these out randomly. I didn't check on them, the colours. That is brand new. Let me see. I am going to use yellow. That one's been used. Because I love yellow. And where's that green again? I will open it. Why not have some green? Now I am going to poke it. There we go, bit of green. That didn't, the film didn't come off it. Just take that off. I'm going to use a tiny little brush, this little art brush. I don't know how it's going to turn out. We're going to find out together. And I'm going to paint it on. I'm going to paint it that way. Paint it on that way. Small brush strokes. It'll dry. Like that. I'll just bring our water over. Now I'm going to take that off. And get a dry brush, and I will paint some, how about some green? See, it's a bit of a dry consistency. Might put a bit of green over here. Okay. Let's just get rid of that green. Make sure the brush is dry. Let's try a little bit of orange. Okay, I'm not too fond of that orange and green together, but we'll continue. Right. Let's get rid of that orange off the paintbrush. Right, and let's try a red or crimson. Looks like a bit of a crimson. Like that. Right. Let's do a tiny bit in the corner here. That'll blend in. Right. Doesn't look too bad blending in. Right. Right, let's try some blue. That. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Let's turn this around. Right, what colour haven't we used? Right, we haven't used. Now just give that a bit of a dry. Now I am going to use the yellow now. Yep, it's not too bad to see, but blends in with everything. Doesn't look too bad. See how it looks? I don't mind that effect. Okay, so that's the dry effect on it. See the effect I'm going for? Right. So what I'll do is I will do that right around the whole case, and as soon as I finish, I will come straight back and show you. Okay, here we are. I finished the entire box. There it is. With the dry brushing of all the colours that I had on it. I've left the interior white, of course. There it is. Okay, the only last thing I'll do is give it some Mod Podge, a shiny Mod Podge to the Mod Podge seems to be a little bit, what's the word? I'm going to give it some water. Just seems to be a bit gunky. I'll have to stick a brush in there, stir it around. Yes, it's very thick. It's got very thick. Oops. I'll pour a little bit out. There we go. Bit messy, but there you go. Okay, here we go. We're gonna Mod Podge it. Just gonna put one coat on it. Like that. All over the entire thing. Use whatever brush you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with these sponge ones. This one's a bit too big, of course, but it's an old one, so I'm going to just reuse it. And I like the long strokes you can get with it. Like that. Now I'm just going to dry that, so when I finish that I'll be straight back to you. Okay, there we go, we're finished. There's our little box. We've put a Mod Podge on, as you can see. It's got a bit of a glimmer on it. And there we go, that's the painting process I used. Dry brushing it on. And I think it turned out fab. Now, I might put a little art sign here, says art box. That would be sweet, wouldn't it? But other than that, there it is there. It's finished. It's a little bit of an art pencil box. Put your pencils in there, rubber, whatever. So I hope you really enjoyed that process. It was very quick, wasn't it? Give it a sand. Dry brush on favourite colours of yours. I just happen to pick up a handful, whatever. And then go over and dry brush with yellow, Mod Podge. And there you go, a little art box, a little pencil box, whatever box you want to call it. So until I see you next time, please take care, everyone, especially on the roads. Bye for now.